Ah, good evening. How are you guys? I'm a little off kilter here. I don't understand why I'm not in the screen. Let me fix that. Got a lot going on. Let's do this. Easy enough. Slide edits. Oh, I disappeared. Wrong button. There we go. I swear I know what I'm doing. Sort of. How are you? Anyway, build desk. There we go. We're working on a few projects today. So, here's where we are. I need to paint the Dominator. But before I start that little project, I want to get this guy primed. Well, surfacer first, then I'll probably scribe him within the next couple streams. Since Hathaway 2 is coming out, I would like to paint this little guy. I built him a long time ago. One day I was bored and just kind of wanted to snap build something, and he was adorable. I also didn't have the high grade Kasai, so, you know, wanted to build a Kasai. Anyway, we're going to take him apart, and I'm going to add surfacer to him while we're adding surfacer to him. And then I hope to actually, before Sorcery of Nymph Xerxes come out, I hope I can get him finished up and sprayed and add a little detailing in the stickers and such. Clear coat. At the very end of it, if I have time, I might cut those eyes out, put some clear parts in there, and make him light up a little bit. We'll see. That may be a different project. But nonetheless, I hope to get him painted before the end of the week when Hathaway 2 comes out. Beargguy here is getting disassembled tonight. The third part of that series is going to be finishing this diorama. I took the time to... Let me get him off of here, and I'll show him to you guys. But stuff everywhere. Anyway, that's Haro. He's cute. He's coming undone. But where was I? Yeah. I took the time to kind of add a little bit of terrain to it. You can see my sticky tack all over it. I'll spray that later if I have to. I would actually like to add some finer sand in places on this and some foliage. And ultimately, we'll probably do some water around the edges here in the low spot. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's kind of hard to see. I actually did make it to where, you know, looks like waves have hit it. Let me lock this, by the way. That's better. But, yeah. At some point, I'm probably going to cut the center out here and maybe attempt to actually... I don't know. This might turn into like a living diorama with a real plant. I'd like to find something that kind of looks like a small palm tree. Would look like a large palm tree in relation to the Beargguy. We'll see how it goes. But that's what's going on with that. Put that over there for now. Today's projects, though... Every time I bump my mic, it kills it, and I have to restart the app. Anyway. So, yeah. The other thing we got to do is I'm going to start disassembling the Dominator and painting it. As I do, I'd like to have the base painted. Well, hello, Johnny ADX. How are you? This is kind of a weird stream for me. I got like 3 projects going on at once, but I have to get them on the desk, and there's some of it I want to share. How are you, Pinner? Nice to see you, my friend. I hope you had a good weekend. So, you guys, what should I do first? Do we want to disassemble and sand bare, or do we want to build the base for the Dom? Any votes? I guess I could have asked that question to start with. Or we could start on the adorable little Kasai and get him painted up. I'm just moving stuff around on screen. Johnny is eating a late dinner. You know, I just had dinner, my friend. Build base in Johnny's opinion. Pinner, what say you? I'm kind of thinking let's start with the base first, too. Hi, Selene. So nice for you to drop in. Awesome. Selene is a builder, too. And I believe Johnny is as well. Pinner is a collector. All right, well, I guess we're building the base. I kind of need to get the base done. Before I even start painting that thing. Difficult stuff first. Yeah, and actually that is going to be the base. Let me find the instructions, because I had a rough weekend as far as computer tech stuff goes. All kinds of things happened. My editor quit working. Windows kept giving me bad updates. I had to roll all kinds of things back. And I am a technical dunce, so for me, that's a process. I'm so glad you stopped in, Selene. And you too, Johnny. And you as well, Pinner. Pinner, is that... Well, I guess that is bass, but a different kind of bass. Isn't that bass? Or am I crazy? I am crazy. Selene, what are you building right now? All right, there's the base instructions. We've gotten there. So I don't know if you guys have seen the Dom. This isn't a Dom stream, by the way. I would get her out for you. I can get her out for you if you haven't seen her, if anybody would like to see her. She's about to be disassembled after I do these two guys. Pinner says laugh out loud. All right, well, I'm actually kind of excited about this. I forgot. It's up on our own pretty well. You're very intrigued by this kit. Well, all right, Selene, I will get it out again. Bear with me 1 second. This might get a little noisy as I do this. I have like a makeshift black box that I use for glamour shots, thumbnails, things like that. It's just like half of a cardboard box with some black sheets in it. It's very rudimentary, but yeah, I flip it over on top of a hanger base I have yet to paint and use that to kind of keep dust off of kits. I've honestly been needing to finish my Valkyrie that I started a year ago, finding motivation from my fellow new types. Ah, I like to think we actually are all somewhat new types. It's kind of a thing, I think. When you say Valkyrie, are you meaning like a figurine, or are you referring Valkyrie from like Macross, Robotech? And let me get the Dominator. I don't think you've seen it yet. I'll have to zoom out in the camera. You'll have to forgive my messy desk. I have a lot of projects going on right now. Probably too many. There we go. Selene, you weren't meaning the Beargguy kit, were you? Because that really is. Everyone has some sort of new type superpower. I believe this to be true. I do. And I think Pinner does too. Macross Valkyrie, it's the red lady. Ah, very nice. Original series, like, are we talking Maria Sterling, or are we talking like Macross Plus, Macross Zero? One of those. I actually did see, I think it was the Siegfried the other day. That one's red, isn't it? Coordinator type. Coordinator new type. Love it. There's a lot of truth there. So, I don't know if you got to see her yet, Selene, but this is in fact the Dominator. I am absolutely overwhelmed by its size and detail. Let me zoom in for you. You'll have to forgive my archaic camera technology. But, I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Ricardo. How are you? Seed mode. Selene hasn't got to see the Dominator yet, and I'm not sure if John has seen it either. So I was getting it out one last time before we start building the base. Kind of show it to everybody. She really is gimmicks galore. This isn't exactly a cheap kit, but what you get for your money kind of blows me away. If this was a Bandai kit, I think it would be $400 or $500 model kit. But respectfully, she is a monster. She is. You know what's weird? Okay, so the thumbnail, I gotta confess, is clickbait. I'm not kit bashing these two. Although now I kind of want to do a Kshatriya rebear and maybe do the repair with a bear head. It's almost worth getting another Dominator for. Oh, hello, Wolfpack. Ah, I am blessed to have so many people joining the stream. I like to think that we're all very blessed. Anyway, she is a monster. What's funny about putting the bear head on her, and I was just joking around when I did it, but I sent that across many platforms because it's fun. It really was. I have to confess, it was clickbait. I was just having fun and thought I'd throw it up there for the thumbnail. Well, thank you, Selene. I tried to make it obvious that it was clickbait. Although I'm serious, it almost makes me want to get another one or get an HG Kshatriya and do a Kshatriya repair. Make it like the repair from the end of the series, but with the bear head. It was just a thought. Okay, I'm gonna set her down because she does scare me handling her. And one of these streams soon here, when I get it cleaned up, I'll figure out how to make this camera flip to the hanger base. You know, I think it would be a fun kit. I think the Kshatriya Rebear would be a fun kit. And I hope nobody gets one built before I have a chance, because I suffer from horrible start too many projects at once. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm an amateur winging it on a good day. I've actually taken in a lot of notes from watching your stream. You're far better at reading back the chat. She seems sturdy, no hand grenade. Little weak in the waist. There was twice when I was filming a quick short that I actually haven't published yet. Mainly because I sent it to somebody as like a test thing. We've gotten past that, so now I can publish it. But yeah, she did tip over on me while I was filming her. Like, as she was rotating, I caught her and kept her from hitting the desk twice. That's not how I got the ouchie, though. That was a drill bit with a cabinet incident. Wolfpack, how is the Gundam build coming along? Selene, I have not seen you go live for a while. Ah, so Wolfpack tunes into Selene as well. She has a very fun stream. It's good energy. I will say that. I very much have enjoyed popping in on your streams. I hope I don't spam your chat too much. I'm somewhat obnoxious and I'm a slow typer, so a lot of what I say is like done and past by the time I get it out. Wolfpack, these model kits are beast. Yeah, dude, these third-party kits are like they're really getting ridiculous. In a good way. I love Bandai. I don't want to say too much. But I was thoroughly impressed with this one. I'm just going to trim this nub. I know I'm going to need that part. Fortunately, this isn't a ton of parts. Let me get my Kasai out of the way real quick. Are you guys, speaking of the Kasai, anybody else as excited as I actually am for Hathaway 2? I'm going to try to speed paint that thing this week. I can't tell you I'll do it all on live stream, but I am going to try to do it so we can like scribe and decal and detail it. It's cold down here in Central Texas. Yes, the rest it's actually cold here in the zona. Very cold here. For being the zona anyway. I appreciate seeing everyone on my stream at all the times. I do too. This is actually new to me. I'll be honest, I'm slightly overwhelmed because I don't know that I've ever had so many people in my stream at once. So if I was better at this, I'd make my avatar blush. I can actually feel the blood in my cheeks because for some reason I'm getting a little bit of stage fright all of a sudden, which is a new feeling. Wolfpack, yes, I support all Gundam content creators in Gunpla as well. I'll try to show supports to all builders and new types. I agree, Wolfpack, completely. Gotta love a hype new type. OMG. Well, Selene, was it your stream that I was in, or oh, what is she was on today, in fact, so it wasn't you. Somebody at stream I was in the other day. And I noticed myself doing it as I was building the Dominator. I would snap something together and I'd go, and there you go. And I think that needs to be a Gunpla thing. I think everybody needs to start going, and there you go. I managed to buy an HG Shoku for my birthday on the 27th. It was hard to find that kit. It's from Gundam Victory. Yeah, Victory Gundam kits are hard to... I haven't even seen the series, to be honest. I do enjoy the mechs from on GBO2 from Victory now that they're starting to release them. They are kind of like meta breakers. Ha ha ha, Selena. You'll get the hang of it. Thank you. I'm starting to. I really enjoy it. For Zaft, Ricardo says. All right, I got to get these instructions out. So, yeah, I'm... Wolfpack, Selene, serious, you call me the lone wolf new type. It really stuck with me, laugh out loud. I'm embracing it. Gunpla is our... Selene says, Gunpla is our baby, so we baby talk to them. I say things like, what's wrong, baby? Talk to me. I have seen you do that. I cuss at them a lot when I'm by myself. I have a really bad potty mouth, actually, when I'm not live. I strangely censor myself, and I don't mean to. Haha, okay, Wolfpack is a lone wolf. Fine. Oh, you forgive me, I'm drinking loud. All right. We want the arms on this thing first. The 16s. Well, you can be a lone wolf and still be part of a pack, can't you? At times. I mean, when you run into the pack. I do. I actually cuss like a sailor when I'm by myself. Like, I'm pretty bad. Well, I've been in construction my whole life, if that tells you anything. Like, tough love type. Yeah. All right, so we got those. P2. Why do I feel like that part is actually loose? I have P2 somewhere. That was one of the parts that was in the bag. Where did I put those parts? Okay, I'll have to come back to that one in just a second. Yes. This part here, this was loose. And I don't quite remember where I've stuck it. Yesterday I finished the Macross Delta model. Man, everybody is building Macross models. Selene was just saying that she needs to work on her Valkyrie. Ah, you have the Durandal. So I don't have any of the Macross models, but I do have a couple. So I have a really old Cyclone from the 80s, no figure. I do, however, have a Rand figure that's still in the box from like a reprint in the 90s. And I think Elisa Hayes. A Rick Hunter, one of the Bioroid Terminators from Southern Cross, which was super dimensional cavalry in Japan. Ricardo, mine is maroon and white. I have the Jetfire Transformer. When you say you couldn't get past episode 1, Selene, are you meaning Macross Delta? Because I do love the original Macross and Robotech. I was a Robotech fan as a kid. I'm old. And I forgot to put the music on repeat. This is where I think I do this every time. Why am I just randomly cutting parts? Does anybody else ever do that? I usually don't. Let me fix this. What am I looking for? There you are. No, not you. You. There. Sorry. Music's back. Oh. I have the figure. I forgot the character. Got it for $30. Nice. There's a... I did a post a while back. I was at a book offs and I ran across like one of the 1980s transformable Cyclones. Strangely Japanese packaging. Didn't actually say Robotech. I think it was the Mospedia packaging. But there was some stuff in English too. It was really weird. But it was old, like vintage 80s old. Is Macross Delta good? Finished Iron-Blooded Orphans and OMG, I need something as good as that. Laugh out loud. Iron-Blooded Orphans is pretty good. I need to watch it again. I fell asleep in like quite a few episodes just because I was tired and I worked too much. But yeah, I'd like to watch it again now that I've finally got to watch Seed. Well, it is. It is. And I'm somewhat frazzled. Give me 1 second. I need to find this part that I know I had. It's interesting I don't have it now. Let me make sure I don't have it. Maybe it is on one of these runners. P14. Yeah, I cut that part. Well, I'll find that part later. I'll work around it for now. I know it exists. It is here somewhere in my mess of parts, of too many parts. I can't believe I'm actually trying to do... Oh, I forgot to hit play. I apologize. I need to add to this playlist too. I'll get better at this, I promise. That's actually, so anybody that wants to give me any pointers, I would love to hear them. And why am I turned all profile wise? How did that happen? There we go. There we go. That really is going to be a thing. Key to streaming for me was to go at my own pace and just keep moving forward. Yeah, and that's kind of what it's been for me. I was clipping some of my first couple the other day, which I'm trying not to download them to my computer and just clip them in YouTube, which is grueling for me because I actually do subscribe to an editor. But they're pretty cringe. I gotta admit. You know, I gotta laugh at it because I mean, you gotta start somewhere. I do enjoy it though. The coolest thing for me, honestly, and this is maybe why I'm so excited today, is just oh no, I got gummy stuff on my file. This has been like a really awesome, fun hobby as I've gotten into it. I mean, I've absolutely fell in love with it. Not just Gunpla, plamo in general, and I've always been into toys and collectibles. I mean, I used to, when I was a kid, take apart my GoBots and turn them into power armor for my G.I. Joes. Things like that. I melted a lot of stuff. a lot of things got battle damage with Dad's lighter. But as I've gotten back into it, it's been fun and enjoyable, but like a hobby of solitude. And oh, good night, Ricardo. Thank you for stopping in, and I apologize. Oh, Selini's leaving too. Goodbye, Selini. Thank you for stopping in, everybody. I really appreciate it. And thank you for stopping in too, Johnny. A few friends of mine in a cosplay when it's a monthly Gundam night have both Orb and Zaf uniforms. Everybody left at once. Oh well, I'll keep going. Thank you guys for stopping in though. That was an interesting little raid that really caught me off guard. And I really appreciate it. Very cool. Ah, well, thank you, Ricardo. I appreciate that. It really has been cool though. As I was saying before everybody bounced, and I hope it doesn't make you bounce, but I'm enjoying finding out that there are so many people that enjoy the hobby as much as I do. Like, you know, someday I'm hoping to meet some of you in person somewhere along the way, you know? Like, I don't know anybody locally that is into the hobby as much as I am. So it's nice to meet people that are. Truly. I very much enjoy the conversations. Ricardo, you especially coming in the streams, like you've done a few of these times as I was building the Dom, and like some of that was a bit of a challenge, and it was cool having someone in there that kind of appreciated it for what it was. Pinner, you too. All right. I really wish I knew what I did with this other part. So that's the locking mechanism right there. And I know that part is here. You know, next time I am in Texas, which might be soon. I mean, it's funny, I kind of have a long-standing job offer in Texas that I've considered many times. Did I just do this wrong? I think I did that right. And it was outside of, I want to say kind of outside of Houston area, I think was where they are. You know, a good ways outside though. Not like, you know, suburbs, but like a couple hours away. Notice how much calmer I am now? That caught me off guard. So many people stopping in at once. It's usually everybody kind of trickles in. It was really cool though. Yeah, most of my family was actually from Texas. All right, so we've got that together. I need to find that part from P though. I don't know what I did with that. That's going to disturb me, but we'll move on. Might only get the base done tonight. Might be sanding the bear tomorrow. I start a new job tomorrow, Ricardo. I gotta start early in the morning, so I can't stream too late tonight. But I haven't had a chance to get on in the quest of searching for job, and well, I was kind of missing it. Like, it's weird. I've been like upset I couldn't get on and build. The only times I went to Houston was for the Texan games. What's the Texan games? If you don't mind me asking. Sounds like a rodeo. But I guess it could be like an Iron Man challenge too. Base E, 8 and 16. Yes. And then base D, 7 and 2. It's really bothering me. I don't know what I did with that part. The Houston Texans, the football team. Oh, okay. I gotcha. You'll have to forgive me. I don't actually follow a lot of football. I was much more of an extreme sports kid. I was smaller than the other kids, so football was always something I shied away from. If I'm being honest. You know, that's one thing it's kind of on my bucket list though. I've never actually, I've been to an ASU game, not since I was a kid, and that was fun. And baseball games are a lot of fun, and basketball games are a lot of fun, especially when live. I have yet to go to a live football game. Maybe someday. Where's this 7 part? I don't see a 7. Am I looking at the right? Yeah, base D. Bro. Wait, is this a 7? Saying it isn't. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. I don't even see a 7 in the runner though. That's what's throwing me off. 5, 6, 12. 7. There it is. Ooh, don't drop the nippers. I liked going to the high school football games. I went to Austin 2 months ago for the Aggie versus Longhorns game. Ah. Yeah, I have not been to a football game since I was a kid, actually. I've watched a few on TV. I like football video games. They're fun. I played baseball, but I didn't get to do it at a certain point because I would always leave in the summertime. I have to leave like halfway through the season. I didn't think that was fair to the team. So as I got older, I took up skateboarding. That didn't require the seasons. I just feel like my desk is a mess. Everybody being so rad and dropping in really threw me for a loop. I have to admit it. Comical, to say the least. Makes me feel a little silly. The drive back, we were all quiet. Have you ever been to Las Vegas? I'm not much of a gambler, but it's kind of funny when you fly to Vegas, everybody's all chipper on the way there. When you fly back, it's like being at a funeral. A very somber one. I have been on a few road trips that were like that, though. Very rambunctious on the way there, very sleepy on the way back. Usually with me driving going, I hate you guys for sleeping. I just want to sleep too. Ha! The music cued in there right after I said that, like it was meant to be. That's kind of funny. I don't plan those things. I feel like... Okay, I think I'm understanding this now. Alright, I got this. He goes that way. This goes, I think, like that. Okay. And then this guy. There you go. All right, now what did I do with the little lever looking thing? Seriously? I just had it. Really? And to think I'm going to try to paint a Kasai this week too. That is laughable. You ambitious. Okay. Oh, I didn't cut it. Huh. That's funny. That's funny. That's not the right one. I want this one. My friend and his family are going to Vegas next month. His son, who I know well, I told him not to drink too much and wake up married. Yeah. Last time I was in Vegas was actually for a wedding, no less. A good friend of mine in Missouri got married in Vegas. Dude, I can't get to this. I don't know if I can trim that. I can't get the nippers in. Yeah, the couple times I've gone to Vegas has always been for some kind of a... You know, that worked surprisingly well. I don't know why I even attempted to do that, but I'll have to keep that in mind. But yeah, Vegas can be, I don't know. It's kind of like a place of illusion to me. It looks good from the outside, but I wouldn't want to be on the inside. The Hangover 2008, 2009. Yep. Yeah, kinda. You're not wrong. Pretty sure that's a gate. I hope so. I think I'm supposed to be like that. There you go. Okay. And then we got this. I'm really gonna need that part. What are you showing me? This goes this way. And then this fits in. I think I got the wrong side. I told him if you can't find the kid, Vegas has him now. There's truth to that too. And there are some things that will come back from you, with you from Vegas. Just saying. I would, I would like to see a few shows in Vegas, but I don't know that there's really any reason for me to go anymore. Other than that. We're almost done with this base. It's kind of cool. Like, I think it'll go pretty quick from here. There's not that many components left, and most of them are accessories. Alright, well, I am missing the hook for that, which is really weird, because I do remember putting it somewhere very specific to keep it safe. Is it back there? Did I put it back there? I might have. Let me look. Ah. It is... After I put this in, I will change the camera back to well, I won't change it. I'll just put the link caps on real quick and change the battery before it dies. Trying to be on top of that one. I didn't tell you, a few years ago I was in Arizona for a job opportunity. Unfortunately, I didn't get the job. Couldn't wait to come back to Texas. I love Arizona. Will always be my home state. But I can't say I love it anymore. I wouldn't mind living in some of the rural areas, but the metropolitan areas at this point, yeah, I just I'm not sure which way this goes. What are you showing me? This way? I hope it's this way. But yeah, I love Arizona. Can't say that. No, you go the other way. I wouldn't mind moving somewhere else at some point. Let's try this way. I think this is the way it's supposed to go. I'm actually really amazed at how stiff some of these parts are. I don't think you can go that way. You have to go the other way. You have to. Don't break on me. I'm a little fuzzy tonight, ain't I? Let me focus. There we go. All right. This has to actually be lined up for it to go. Ah, much nicer. There, and now we can proceed. Very nice, very nice. It's actually got a lot of hold to it. And I think this is a kit that needs a base. On a long enough timeline, I could definitely see this just one day deciding it wants to tip over. All right, I think we go this way. I think. Which arm do I want? This arm. This way. That way. And then that way. Okay. In March, I'm planning to go. I'm planning to go to Colorado. A friend of mine is buried there. It's been 18 years since his passing. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you get to go see him. Sorry to hear that you lost your friend. I got a few of them. It'll be good to go see him, I hope. Colorado is nice. I don't know if you've lived there yourself, but it is beautiful. I couldn't afford to live there. It's far too expensive, but it is a beautiful, beautiful state. Ooh. I like that. It's got some bite to it. Seems pretty good. I kind of want to add lights to this base. It's got a few other gimmicks, railings and stands and things. I think this base is getting LEDs. Pretty sure the base is getting LEDs. All right, we can turn the page. So 6 and 12. Yeah. And then 11 and 10. And that's about it. The rest is cosmetics after that. Cool. I was groomsman at his wedding. I didn't trust his girlfriend at the time. His daughter grown a lot. Yeah. It is, I've been in that one too. Will you be, will someone you'll be seeing when you go to visit? Base D6. I'm actually surprised how many weddings I've been groomsman in. Like, it's always kind of an honor to be asked to be a groomsman in a wedding. And strangely, I've been asked to be that a few times, and it always surprised me. I'm like, really? You want me in your wedding? Like, you have all these other friends? And you want me to be in the wedding? I mean, I would never turn anybody down. That's an honor. One of those you have to step up if asked kind of things. Yeah, I was just talking with my friend Pinner the other day. Because we actually have known each other quite a long time. And it's funny how the kids have grown over the years. Ah, I see. His parents are still alive, but divorced. That's a lot of us. I think almost everybody I knew as a kid had divorced parents. That was actually a thing. One or two. And even then, those parents got divorced like the second they graduated high school. It's not out of the ordinary these days. Why do you not want to click in there? What am I missing? Something about this. Huh. I think I need to get past that notch somehow. We all went hunting every season. Yeah. I miss some of the friends I had when I was younger, where we did do a lot of hunting and camping, fishing and things like that. As I've gotten older, I don't have time to do such things as much. And when you do, it's harder to get everybody else where they have the time to do it. And some of those things just aren't the same when you go by yourself. Okay, so I feel like I'm being so heavy-handed right there. I guess it's supposed to kind of have the clickiness to it. Not sure I like that. I'd almost rather it move smooth, but I guess you just got to move it in shorter strokes. Good times. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You know, something about being out in nature like that. And don't get me wrong, that's actually why a few of my videos end with, I'm gonna go stand in some grass barefoot. And there is just something about, you know, first thing I do when I finish the stream is I go outside and I stare at the sky for probably a good 10 minutes. Something, you know, you gotta stay in touch. Every now and again, take your shoes off, feel the ground. I don't know. I'm silly like that, though. I might clip that and make it a short. I think that's a good one to keep. Throw out there for everybody. Just every now and again, go outside and stare at the sky, touch the grass. Maybe not touch the grass, but, you know, feel the Earth's pulse. That's the best way I could say it. As Cellini would say, it's kind of a new type thing. I really think that. All right, so D4. Do you still do a lot of hunting, Ricardo? I laugh out loud. The grass is under 7 feet of snow, Sam RK says. Didn't I tell you I found the piece for the MK2 AU? I think you did tell me that on the last stream. At least it wasn't under 7 feet of snow. I get you there, Sam. On that note, yes, going outside, maybe curl up next to a fire and just enjoy that instead. But, you know, let's. I do forget. I'm somewhere where it's basically perpetually either spring or very, very hot. That was easy enough. I feel like I'm really moving. E 18 and 19, which is these two. This really is a cool base. This would be kind of cool to get it done. Laugh out loud. Totally, I'm not going out there. No, I don't blame you, Sam. I wouldn't either. I was so one of my videos has a sponsor, and I was talking to the owner of the company earlier today, and he was telling me that it was like I think like negative like 13 degrees outside where he was. I was like, oh my gosh, no. 7 feet of snow, I'm not built for that. I love it to play in. I wouldn't want to deal with it on a daily basis. That would be tough. So these go... Do they have a preference? I think they're identical. Nope. They're not. They have different size pegs that don't like to line up too well. No, they don't. They do not. I need a weapon. Why don't you fit? That's interesting. Is it me? Did I miss something? I'll show you. Where? Okay. Right. I'm all trying to point with my mouse. Right there. But this doesn't move any further forward. So I'm a little confused. Have you heard of the recent upcoming... I'm not sure how to say that. I'm going to try. Nuanzul? I think I did see it. What is the name of his channel? There's someone who's all the time posting, like, every day, some of the third-party kits coming out. And it's hobby something. Oh, I need to start writing this stuff down. I don't understand why this doesn't fit. It's weird. It's a Mechanicore kits are they're a different beast from what I can tell. I don't know if I'm gonna get this back out. Let's just try it this way. Okay. Now, if these guys are supposed to go here, I did cut the right ones, right? Yeah, it's the only ones I can cut. Oh, I'm out of focus. Nuanzul. That one I'm thinking of getting, I have Gato's figure, and I think it would look great together. It would. And actually, yeah, that was the one I was thinking of, was where it almost looks like the top of the Queen Mantha without legs. And it was what Gato had in 0083, like at the end of it when he was fighting Ko in the Dendrobium, right? Am I thinking of the right suit? Well, mobile armor. But yeah, it was that third party one. I was like, ooh, this is pretty. I don't understand what the fitment issue is here. Oh, I bet I do. I see what's going on. I see what's going on. There's just a little bit of warpage. I think some of the Mechanicores look cool, but it's just too much. How I feel about a PGU new. Yeah, I couldn't... First of all, with the PGU new, as much as I hate to say it, there will be a version that comes out that'll be $300 by some third party. I just already see it happening. I really do want to be able to build a PGU, but the RX-78, I just don't know if I could justify $700 for a kit I'm building. You know what would change that? Is if they made part of the inner frame die-cast. Like you get with, I think Ricardo and I have been talking about some of the third-party die-cast inner frames. So I am having a heck of a time getting this to fit in here because there's just a little bit of like, it's like dished. How am I gonna do this? I think it needs a notch. Am I supposed to be this way? Hold on. Maybe this is operator error. Nope. These little guys are actually too long for this. I'm not kidding. All right, so we're gonna pop those out and I will notch those later. All right, so I found the first flaw in this kit that I found. I'll try to zoom in and show this to you guys. For those of you, public service announcement on the Dominator. I could be wrong though. Maybe I'm not seeing something. It's possible. So right here, where this goes, it overhangs where this is supposed to go, just enough inside of right here. I'll zoom in really close so you guys can actually see that. So let me focus. Oh, I wish I had better lighting. I'm sorry. I didn't get the key light out today. But right there it is. Right there. This little notch conflicts with the corner of this. So far, that's the only kit flaw I've found in this kit. And I could be wrong about that. Maybe it's just something I'm doing wrong. I'll have to play with it. But for now, I'll pop these guys off and we'll move on. They're cosmetic. I can add them later. I should be getting those metal frames at the end of February. Yeah, I really like building my new Gundam with the one I used on my new Gundam build. That's a kit I hope to paint soon, actually. But dude, I loved it. I loved what it did for it. It just made it so much sturdier in the hand. It didn't feel like a toy. Just the extra weight, and I do think it lent it a little bit of stability and strength. Some of the poly parts they give you, I think it's just a better, stiffer poly. You could probably clip off the notch. Is that price it? Piece undergated? What did I do with those? Yeah, I think what I'll end up doing, I don't know if you can see this. I'll try to get closer. What I'll probably end up doing is just trimming off like that much of it. And then it'll fit. You'll never see it. It'll trim out the same. It's almost like doing really tiny carpentry. In a weird way with plastic. But yeah, I'll trim the profile out on it. I knew what you meant, Sam. No worries though. You should see me type. I'll drop in Plamo Bond stream sometime and start typing something in it. He'll be like, dude, I can't read that. I have no idea what you just said. So all good. I can read through most typos, I think. I hope. Context clues is everything. All right. So we're not going to put you guys on yet. Put you over here with extra pieces. Yeah, it's interesting that doesn't fit. I'm actually really surprised by that. That's been the only thing on this kit that I've seen not fit. Like, there was a couple things I did wrong, and I'd have to go look at them off stream and go, oh, yeah, I see what I did. I had to take apart the shields and put a pipe on the other side of a piece. I had it on the back side instead of the front side. Couldn't get the shields to go together. It's funny how my avatar looks away and looks ashamed when I say that. I don't do that on purpose. You should see some of my Discord typos my friends make. Oh, dude, mine are terrible. Like, well, even Selene, I'll go in her stream sometimes and type something, and I'm like, oh man, I hope she knows what I meant by that. Just because it's like, yeah, I'll type some dumb stuff, and then sometimes even spell check corrects something, and it'll make it the worst word it could have put in that sentence. This is a good question, RK, that Ricardo is asking you, because Yeah, I'm still searching for one, and I think he is too. No, he found his Ayug piece. I have yet to find the arm piece for the dom. It's still here somewhere. I think it's stuck to my shoe and it's in my house somewhere, not in the room. I think I carried it out with my Chuck Taylors. All right, 5 and 6. RK, yes. RK, do you have any pieces currently lost to the void? It is a bummer. All right, so this goes this way. It's interesting. I'm trying to figure out what this is going to be. And then these two. None currently lost, RK? That's good. I'm only missing one as of right now. I thought it was 2 at the beginning of the stream, but we found one. It was the one you had to look for. What was it? Very important. Are you asking me, Ricardo? As far as like the one I was missing at the beginning of the stream, it was actually this piece right here, which came separated off the runner when I first opened the box. You know, it was in the bag, but just not on the runner anymore. That's one thing I'll say about this kit. They did a lot of the gates are on like the inside or underside of the part, and some of them have they come out of the runner surprisingly well. Like usually I'll cut the runner and then I'll trim it off afterward, you know, double nippers. With these I haven't had to do that. In fact, if I do, they almost fall out too easy. It's easier to just trim the gate. I don't do that with Bandai kits. All right, so 14 and 15. I think HD Freedom lose the blue crotch entirely, and then some V-fin pieces I have not found ever again. Dude, you want to hear something funny? So my GPO3 that I built, like, I don't know, in 2003, 2004, you know, it was in a box for years and years and years. I like got it out, was missing, you know, the beam saber, the rifle, all that stuff. Slowly, the parts just started like surfacing around my house. It was the weirdest thing. And I don't know if I was getting into other things. And I mean, this was over the years. And I strangely have like everything but the V-fin. I think HG Freedom lose the Samarkand, but not anymore. Okay, so am I doing this right? Does this go this way or this way? This goes this way. Oh, this is gonna be like the little ladder thing. Neat. Yeah. This is gonna be the lift. I see what's going on. Time is it? 9:59. Cool. I could probably go for about another half hour, which I think might be just enough time to get most of these pieces on. And then I have to get ready for bed, because I have to be at work for a new job tomorrow. Yay! Actually got to be there at 5:30. In which case I'm aiming for 5:15. But kind of excited. Ah, not an RG. That sucks. RGs are just like scaled down master grades, right? I have never actually built one. Oh wow, Sam. So you must be closer to Ricardo. Number 10. I don't see a 10. Ah, there it is. Oh wow, that's tiny. Did I cut off too much of this? Oh no. Or maybe I didn't cut off enough. Uh-oh. I might have cut too much of that part. Either that or the gate's still attached. Let me look. Where did I cut you out of? Okay, I think that's still gate attached. So we want to cut that. Uh-oh. I might have cut too much of this. Like, for reals. I don't understand why it would go there when this pivots. Oh, okay, that part doesn't pivot. I need to get that closer together. This is a retaining ring. That's clever. The way roads are in I wanted to build some kits tonight, but I tweaked my back, so I'm laying down watching stream vids for a while. Well, I'm glad you're watching my stream vid on that note. That makes me feel good. It really does. And I wish your back would feel better. I will, I'll send out good vibes on that note later. Because I get that. I am a carpenter myself, so I have been there many times. The way the roads are in Central Texas, we might wait until Tuesday. Time here is 11:05. Sorry, I had to translate that one. I broke both shoulder joints in my master grade sand rock. I worked so hard on it. Oh, dude, on the sand rock, no less. That's tough. It was the first kit I built since I took a hiatus for college. Yeah, that was kind of what the Dynamez was for me. Oh, Texas is supposed to be too bad right now. Lots of freezing rain. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I mean, the weather events in passing through Texas, the few weather events I've seen as I was passing were intense. That's the only thing I could call them. Just intense. Man, I don't know if I can get this thing to snap without snapping it. I really feel like I cut too much of this off. And that this thing is just not going on here. Or maybe it's much more directional than I'm thinking. Maybe this side. Yeah, maybe it does go on this way. I keep trying to flip it over, but it doesn't seem to want to go. Man, I think I cut too much of this off. I think I may have screwed the pooch. I think I did. That's going to be an interesting fix. Is that piece here? I'll have to come up with something. Yeah, I think I cut too much off of that part. I may have to fab something up for that. We're gonna put the basket on though. We're moving forward. I'm not letting it stop me. Laugh my ass off. Texas is intense. I'm from the Midwest, so traveling through there for a convention was weird. So many abandoned ranches and then suddenly Houston. Yeah, that's that is kind of what it was like for me too. It's like desolate and then all of a sudden small urban center. Desolation. Maybe a couple roadside stops and then boom, small urban center. Most of the time when I've been through there, it's usually across the northern part. I've only been through like the central part of Texas once, and that's a whole different driving experience entirely, which I think is actually how you get to Houston. There has been times in passing through though that I'm like, you know, I could live in Texas. I could see that. I don't see, oh, okay. The notch is over here. I was putting it in the wrong place. Then you rotate. And then I can only assume. Oh. It's actually a really big platform in comparison to the pilot figure. I'll have to get the other one out. I got the seated one in the cockpit already. RK, be careful. H-Town is a little crazy, right? I've heard that about Houston too. Yeah, I didn't spend much time there, but Houston was busy and a bit scary at night walking back to the hotel. Everybody be vigilant. That's all I can say about that. All right, we're to the ladder parts. That's fun. Hopefully I don't cut any extra stuff off of these. I can't believe I did that to that part. I do. I think I cut the piece that was supposed to lock into there. It was just so small I didn't see it. All right, you go here. Put you down. I like that they made the base like a hanger. I think that is just kind of like such a cool touch. There we go. There we go. Weird that it's not. Like further over. Do I have the bucket backwards, perhaps? I wonder if that's supposed to be offset the other direction. No, it can't be. That wouldn't work. Ah, that's how it goes. It's supposed to overlap. Let me zoom. The construction is crazy. It lasts for miles out here. Yeah, there's always stuff being built in Texas. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. You can't really see it because I haven't painted it yet. I'll add detail to it when I do it, but I like the way the deck comes down and hits the stair deck. It's a pretty nice little touch. I can't believe I didn't get to the bear tonight. I apologize, you guys. For what it's worth, the next couple streams will probably just stay this thumbnail. Well, no, I'll change it. I kind of have to. I don't know. Some of the newer kits really have complicated bases. It turns me away from them. This one doesn't seem terribly complicated. It is really detailed, though. And there are some kits where it's like, yeah, you don't want the base to take away from the kit. I actually did get like the aftermarket kind of copy of the Rulu base for my master grade Zasabi. Haven't built it yet, but you know, that one I wanted the bigger base for, but like with the Dynamez, I did that celestial being base, and as I was doing it, I almost kind of, I wish I had done something simpler. It does kind of take away from it a little bit. I went to Louisiana over a decade ago. Coming back felt off for some reason. I don't know if I've ever been to Louisiana. Been to like Tennessee and Georgia and Alabama and northern part of Florida. I don't know if I've been through Louisiana. I've probably driven through it. Ah, well, hello, Beetlehorn. Beetlehorn says, how's it going, bud? This looks awesome. The amount of detail makes me salivate. Yeah, the Dominator's an incredible kit, man. I really have to say, it's not a cheap one by any stretch of the imagination, and getting it actually kind of broke me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not buying any kits for a long time. But it's I think you're getting a lot for the money. I really, and it's a well built and sturdy one. We're doing the base now. And it's we were just talking about the difference between some of the new kits having super detailed ones and not. Thank you for stopping in, Beetlehorn. I'm finally glad. You know, every time you've stopped in the stream, it's as I was learning how to do this, and my computer would crash on me. But yeah, it's nice that I actually get to talk to you this time. Dude, I'm actually super excited to paint this. And I'll confess, I actually do have like a hanger base kit that I got just for shooting stuff, but I haven't painted it yet. I've had it put together for years, and I kind of set stuff over there and put a box over it to like keep dust off of it as I'm working on them. But yeah, I'll be painting that soon. Yeah, this is just the base. It wasn't build wise, there's not much to it. It's got a cute, you know, few gimmicks. But detail wise, dude, there's so much here to paint, and I think I'll be doing that on stream. Like, once I get a lot of stuff base coated, I really enjoy a lot of your videos and how you know, the brush painting, and it's not something I've got a lot to do, and it kind of makes me want to, like, it's a good way of spending time hanging out with people. So I'll probably be doing that a lot on stream. I usually dip in like a second or two anyways, because it's kids are up or whatever. Just adding a wash to that would be so fun, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I haven't done a lot of that. I've actually been like watching a lot of your videos, because you do a lot of that, and like I really like some of your Warhammer mechs and stuff, man. Dipping into the recess. Well, and that's even so I'm not good at the pilot figures and the minis, like the tiny stuff. I did figure out a couple little. So the way I painted my little, and this would actually be to scale. The way I painted this little guy, and he's actually to scale, but it was a lot of, and this is the only one I've done. I'll use my hand that doesn't have a wound. Hold on, let me focus. We'll do this. I'll do backhanded. Okay, so, yeah, this little guy. I had a really hard time with him, and he's got paint just caked on him. But I figured out at the end of it that, like, between each color, I would re-lacquer him. And if I had known that going into it, I would have done it a lot thinner, and it makes it to where I can get the part separation and then backwash. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but that was the only way I figured it out. Yeah, I know, it is a lot of detail. I love it. I'm absolutely excited to paint this. One of the things I like about what you do, Beetlehorn, is you add a bit of realism to like everything you do without going like overboard on the weathering. There's a few things that you do heavy weathering and stuff, but everything's just, you know, that right amount of shrieking and gradation. Oh, I never did pilot figures, even in airplane kits, so now I painted a Warhammer army, and now I'm ready to come back and do great pilot figures. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Anything I do is hopefully in service of looping back around to Gunpla, but I like trying out every sort of model I can. Brands of extending modeling, yeah. Yeah, you know... Again. Watching some of your ship videos and stuff, I actually do have a model train I'm planning on doing. It was my like grandparents' train growing up when my dad was a kid and when I was a kid, and they always had it around the Christmas tree. And so I am going to be rehabbing that at some point. It's actually the Lionel you see with gun cannon on it. But I started off doing model airplanes and stuff and ships. And what I didn't like about that was all the painting. But now that I've gotten kind of good at painting, I want to get back into it. So I'll probably be doing some ships, and at some point I'm actually going to do a couple cars. My dad always wanted to build an AC Cobra, so I guess I need to build a model kit and paint it. And well, one of my old good friends absolutely loves Corvettes, and I'd like to send him one. Rough early video, but people love it, just like some of my rough early models. I tend to agree with you on the perfect part. I've taken a few notes from you on that note, Beetlehorn, believe it or not. It's kind of in my nature to just strive for that perfection, especially with editing. And that was something that I was really into as a kid, and I think that's where that comes from. Like, I'm really trying to tell a story with the videos. And I guess that's why I'm super enjoying live streaming, is I can just build and hang out. And I'm really liking that. Sam Arcade. Beetlehorn, that was how I treated the SD Caesar Gundam. I built it recently. I just painted it with some Hobby Lobby acrylic markers and chilled out. Don't take it too seriously. I agree. I totally agree. This guy goes over here? I feel like he's supposed to have something connected to him, though. Oh, he does. I'm missing a part. This one. Yeah, that's what I noticed about stuff getting easier. I'd never have painted a decent Warhammer army without painting Gunpla first, and the knowledge comes back. Yeah, it all kind of intersects. I'll have to dig up some of the pictures. So I have pictures of some of the old warbirds that I built when I was a kid. Like, I did a really cool B-17. And it's funny, as I've been getting into this, some of the things I did with that kind of come back. You know, like, oh, I remember. Let me get a toothpick. That's what they taught me. The Diaspia metal markers are pretty good. I have the green one. The coverage is so good and leagues better than the Mr. Hobby markers. That's good to know, because I don't mind the Mr. Hobby markers. I've been using one on this, in fact, as I kind of go for little touch-ups, but I'm a big fan of just about everything Diaspia makes. I don't know if you guys like it as much as I do, but I mean, so far, if they had had their nippers out when I bought these, I would have probably never bought these. Before I leave, I have to say this: in Chud we trust. And that's right, Ricardo. You know, I need to remember to put that like in the description, or at least pin a comment that way. I'm repinning your comment. I am going to do that because I just kind of love that phrase. How do I pin this comment? Ah, replace. There we go. Ricardo, in honor of In Chud We Trust, I have made it the pinned comment because I think it's funny. Hello, Swift-Winded. Yes, it is the Osiris base. We've had a casualty. I over-trimmed this little guy, and I may have to do something surgical to make it work. We'll see. It might just be warped and isn't fitting well. There is, I've noticed, a little bit of warpage with these base pieces. I think it's mainly in this, which is kind of a broad piece. Ricardo, you have a good night too, man. Stay safe. I'm sure you're working tomorrow. Don't work too hard, and be safe. Oh, what's the matter, Swift-Handed? No oops here. We're all doing great. Although I will say, you guys are tuning in relatively close to the end of the stream. I'm going to actually try to finish the base tonight. I'm starting a new job tomorrow, so I can't go too late. Normally, I would just go until everybody leaves. Sam RK, I think I'm going to leave too. Need my beauty rest for homework tomorrow. Well, you get some good rest, Sam RK. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out, man. I really appreciate it. It was good chatting with you, and I think everybody else enjoyed it. Pinner! Pinner! I see your prayers, my friend. Yeah, please pop back in. It's always felt to me as well, the tray you have pulled out goes in hard. This one? So you've built this. Beetlehorn, I have gonna kick in a bit too. And I totally understand, my friend. I'm just glad you actually, my stream didn't crash when you popped in this time. That's a first. And if you're up to it, I don't know how we'd reach out to each other, but I wouldn't mind, doing a collaboration someday. We can both, you can give me some painting pointers when I do get to doing some of this brush stuff. If you're up for it, no pressure. Something to kick around. This part is a pain. I think I'm seeing what you mean. There's a guidance system here. I actually haven't gotten that far yet. Maybe I'm forcing it. Let me get the other. Why am I missing one staircase? Oh, I got that. I'm not. This is where the magnet goes. Oh, and it locks in. I like that. Because I'm scared to death I'm going to lose that. Struggle bus is pulling up. It's just a pain, he says. Yeah, I've had more fitment issues with this base. So, okay, if you've done this, Swift-Handed, question. These two pieces here. I'll get a little closer and try to focus. You'll have to forgive my bad camera skills. They go right down here, but they encroach on this. Did you have that problem? You know what's funny? I had the shields built for a week before I actually was able to order batteries. And it takes a lot of batteries. I will say they seem to last a long time, though. I left it on one day for quite a while, and they weren't dim. Oh, you know, hold on, Beetlehorn. I will show you the decal sheet, my friend, because it does. And I neglected to do that in the unboxing video. And I'm pretty sure you watched that because you commented. So to make it up to you, yes, I will absolutely show you the insane decal sheet. This is enough to make someone go clinically insane. So these are the foil stickers, and I didn't add those because I'm not painting all of the frame, but there's 3 colors I want to paint and then brush in the details. But let me get the cover out of the way. Trying to be gentle and not handle it too much. That's the decal sheet. Yeah, it's an atlas of decals. Yeah, they are cheap. You can order dummy batteries to plug power. Oh, good to know. I may have to look into that. But yeah, it's a ton of decals. It's actually not that bad. They're good size. And they're, dude, I don't know if I can get this to zoom in. They are super detailed. I'm sorry for the glare. But I'll have to get the details when I do the final shots of the final build. But I'll try to get some of them. Some of them are like, I'm surprised how many colors they got in there. I just got an airbrush, so I'm gonna paint mine working on the resin one of him. There's already, I noticed, like 3 or 4 resin kits out already for this kit. One of them's actually only like $40, and it's just like same armor but scribed. A little bit more detail in it. I have a water slide video where I just stepped up ranting about IBO and soft authorization and how much I hate ending for like 10 minutes. I have to watch IBO again. It was one of the first series I watched when I kind of got into Gundam, and then I went down the UC rabbit hole. I need to go back to it because I watched the whole thing, but I fell asleep in a lot of it. And not because it was boring, just because I was exhausted. IBO pisses me off because right now the real world is showing that playing politics with our enemies does not work. And you know, I throw little jokes about such things in videos here and there, but I try to leave it open-ended for interpretation. But I can't say I disagree with you, Beetlehorn, at all. I would, I know I'm a 40-year-old building model kits, but I think I wouldn't mind living 100 years ago when times were tougher. Mine is an artifact. I work with a company that makes them. Model Interspace. Great owner. Oh! Well, interesting. When you say that, you are referring to the battery packs, correct? I would like to see your build. And if you don't want to stream it, maybe me and Beetlehorn can help you out with that. At least get it out there to show people. That's one thing I'd like to incorporate into the streams is looking at other people's builds. Maybe you could be the first. I feel like I did that completely wrong. You're right, this is a pain. Oh. It's not so bad, I just was going onto the top side. Oh, getting it out is a different story though. No, it's not too bad. Oh, the resin kits. Just the same. Just the same. That is very, very cool. Yeah, that is in regards to the don't break it. There's been a couple times with this kit where I've, you know, not expecting it to resist as much as it does, and it's taken the ankles on this kit. Took me a minute to figure those out without feeling like I was forcing it. Yeah, that's what I just discovered. It's they did do a good job with a lot of the click locks on this. I really do have to say that. Well, thank you, Beetlehorn. I had one casualty. I do think I think in trying to cut the gates off of this piece, I over trimmed it. I may just be having a fitment issue. It's hard to say. And these two pieces, they just encroach. I'll have to look into that later before I make the ultimate decision to modify them. That is kind of the fun of it. So this is actually the piece for the front skirt. I put it in backwards the first time. There's a bevel on the notch and I didn't notice it. And yeah, trying to take it out, it broke. I was able to glue this side. Started to glue this side and the piece went to the abyss. Have yet to find it. But I think I'm actually maybe going to incorporate a couple pins and create a pivot right there. Give it a little bit more movement as a fix. Seems like it'd be easy enough to do. I'm going to paint the frame on mine. Maybe color change, not sure. I'll see how this little comes out. I'm happy so far, but my first airbrush project. Yeah, first one, this is, so the bear is going to be my next real airbrushing project. That's a nice cutting mat. I use my messy wooden desk. I don't usually like how it works in a lot of my videos, but it does add a unique look. You know, it's funny. I have been talking to Bald Mountain Woodworking about how to make us a cutting mat that maybe has laser etchings in it for cutting tape and doesn't sit too tall on the desk, but will be durable. Thus far, we haven't figured out a working way to do it. But I actually, it's funny you say that, Beetlehorn. I kind of want a wooden cutting mat. To be honest, this was I guess it is a Tamiya, but I got it on Amazon when I very first started for like, I think it was like 20 bucks. It wasn't that expensive. And I've had it for years, dude. There's glue all over the thing. I mean, I've taken lacquer to it now so many times trying to clean it up. That's actually why I keep it kind of up here on the top of the mat. Down here, there's so many glue globs that it gets reflective in the camera. Oops, I went to V-fin heaven. But yeah, and you know, Beetlehorn, if I can get Bald Mountain to, if we can figure out how to actually do this cutting mat, I may reach out to you on throwing one, trying to get you one and seeing what you think of it. You know, it is hard to find. I'm kind of glad I have it. Funny thing is I was watching, I don't remember if it's Heden's stream the other night or Cellini's stream the other night, but one of them has a purple cutting mat. And I kind of wouldn't mind picking up one of those. They got it on Amazon too, really cheap. But it looks better in camera. The green's a little harsh to look at, I feel like. But maybe I'll keep it, if being as that you say it looks pretty good. Some Tamiya products and all Mr. Hobby stuff is banned in my country starting last year, so I have to... Oh, I thought you were in the US, Beetlehorn. I didn't realize that. And that is a shame that they banned Tamiya and Mr. Hobby products. So the airbrush I use is Mr. Krios's, I think it's like the P89 or 289, something like that. But it's basically it's a copy of the custom Micron C, by Iowata, and it's from what I understand, they're even made in the same factories, but they're a lot cheaper. Like, you know, under $300 cheaper than trying to get a custom Micron C. They'll run you $1,000 nowadays. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about a lot of it either. Oh, you're in Canada. Okay. Well, see, and I don't understand that, because does that have anything to do with the US stuff, or is that just... Well, you know, I can still get the stuff here, Beetlehorn, so we need to figure out how we can communicate. I'll have to reach out to you. I'm going to start a Twitter soon, and I have a Discord under the same handle, I think. But we'll try to reach out off stream, and, you know, if you need stuff, man, I may be able to pick it up here at some of my local hobby shops and get it to you. Perhaps. Which is kind of weird. Boy, how times have changed. We used to be asking guys in Japan to get us products. Now we're asking just to send it north and south. Interesting. On that note, I hate to do this and jump out of the stream when so many people are here, and I really want to keep building this base, but we've gotten the gist of it. I am going to stream tomorrow night. I'm going to try to... It's super weird. Everything needs to be legally labeled in English and French in Canada. It's a fucked law. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. You know, I think it's actually the same here, though. All those products have English labeling on them here. Strange that they... I'm pretty sure... Hold on, let me... I got this. This is Diaspia paint. No, it's not in English. And that I got from, I think, New Type. Pretty sure I got this surfacer just from Hobby Lobby. Wow, nothing's in English. I never realized that, Beetlehorn. Yes, Beetlehorn, it is getting late, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream too. This one was a little chaotic and combobulated, but it's actually been a lot of fun. I've had so many people stop in tonight. It's overwhelming, in a good way. So it has been fun. Beetlehorn, we'll talk more. I wouldn't mind figuring out maybe some fun stuff in the background. On that note, everyone, Pinner, if you're still here, Swift-Winded, if you're still here, I really appreciate you guys for stopping in, as well as Sam RK1000 and Ricardo. Ricardo stops to see me all the time, and I really love that and appreciate it. Thank you so much, Salini, for the raid, and the Wolfpack for stopping in with them, and Johnny as well. On that note, I have to start a new job tomorrow, and I cannot be late, and I'm one of those people that'll be late to my own funeral, so I should probably make myself go to bed, and I wish I could stream with you guys all night. On that note, nothing but love, and I hope you guys come back and see me. Leave some comments on the VODs. If you're not subscribed, no pressure, but it does help. It tells the algorithm to tell you when I'm on. On that note, Beetlehorn, again, take care and have a good night. I may reach out to you in a comment somewhere, and we'll see how we can maybe talk. I need to set up a dummy email, I guess. On that note, you guys all have a good night, and thank you for stopping in for my stream. Tomorrow night we'll work on sanding this guy. I pulled his head off. I'm a monster. On that note, it's time for bed. Love you guys, and thanks for stopping. I'm out.